Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Game. Today we have a special guest from France. She's been living in Dubai for 7 years, mother of two, with an amazing husband. So welcome Margot to the show.
Thank you.
We've been talking about this idea for a long time.
Yeah.
Finally it's here.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good timing because 2 weeks ago you had the Dubai AI Week. So it's a lot for us to talk about.
Yeah.
But first tell us your journey in Dubai.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, first of all. I moved here from France 7 years ago I was already working for a corporate company and I moved for them here to build the activity. So it was a consulting company working already in data and AI. So I've been always in this field, even if AI is a bit more recent, I've always been in this field. And I stayed with them, as we said, for almost, 6-7 years. And I left a few months ago. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So that was one thing. And as well, I had actually my two kids. I have two boys they were born in Dubai. And it became very challenging to manage everything. So I had quite a senior role. I was a senior director in this consulting company. Plus I wanted to spend I needed to be there like morning, evenings with my kids, spend a lot of time with them. I rediscovered myself while becoming a mom. And it became too challenging for me as well to live this life with travels, etc. So I thought last year when my little one was almost 1 year old, I thought it was the right moment to change. So I left and now I'm building, as you said, a new company that is called the AI Social Club. So it does a lot of things, but I have a podcast in which I interview people to talk about AI.
Nice.
So leaders to talk about the impact of AI on businesses and on the society as well. And I do as well a lot of AI training for leaders and entrepreneurs, but as well for everyone, for a lot of parents, for example. Because as you said, I believe AI, it's not new to me, but it's new to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people need to get curious. They want to understand it's now impacting the life of anyone, whether you work in sport or in an industry. It's a big change because, as you said, I left. It's a big insecurity for me, but at the same time, it's a super exciting challenge because I do what I want to do with a lot more freedom as well. So right now, I have the right balance. Let's see if it lasts.
That's nice. First, congratulations to take the step because I think many people want to, but they don't have the courage to do it. And of course, you have the support from your husband, your family. That's very important.
Yeah.
And before we go back, of course, we are here to talk about your career, but how we can correlate it with sports, mother of two, with the kids, because that's a lot of to talk about. Is a new topic that a lot of people are afraid, especially the parents, how they can control.
Yeah.
But do you think being in Dubai for 7 years gave you this opportunity to be in Dubai, to start something from scratch? Do you think, because we are in the middle of the world, everyone is looking to Dubai.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're in France, you wouldn't take this courage, or maybe not now. So you think Dubai is the place that helped you to make the move?
That's a very good question. It's a bit of yes and a bit of no. I think in France, what would have helped me is it's easier to have a financial security because you have unemployment, so you're supported on this side.
Yeah.
But in Dubai, what is really amazing is you can create super easily when it comes to admin. You can easily create a company. It's very easy. Plus, I don't know. There are so many people trying here, and there are less people as well. So I see that the door is a bit more open. I see the market is a bit more maybe excited. When I compare to other markets, especially France, there are so many people who are taking the leap already.
Yeah.
So I think there is a bigger opportunity for me here because I know the market very well. I cannot say if I would have done the same in France, but I'm pretty sure being in Dubai really helped.
It helps.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about sports.
Yeah.
You told me back in the days when you were young, your family, your parents were very supportive with you and your sisters to do sports.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit, which sport you were playing when you were young, if you try a bit of everything. I know one of your sisters, she was almost professional in rowing.
Yeah.
So how was the support? How important was to have parents like that?
Yeah.
Because we know the parents plays a big role when for young kids to be active, to do sports. And these days becoming a challenge. Even the parents, they want to, but the kids, a lot of them, they don't want to be doing sports.
Yeah.
So do you feel that was very important for you and your sister when you guys are young to have supportive family to push you to do sports?
Yeah. So yeah, well, I'm not an elite athlete. My husband's gonna laugh, but I've always done quite a bit of sport. And yeah, indeed, I come from a family of 5 girls, and I remember we had. It was a bit. I mean, it was mandatory for us to do sport. We could pick any sport, but it was mandatory. So I used to have between 2 and 3 sports. I was never like at the top level in any of the sport, but bon, I did a lot of dance on my side, but I did a lot of swimming. I did a lot of tennis. So I think most of them we were playing tennis, swimming as well. I played a lot volleyball as well.
Okay.
And then when I left home and I studied, etc., I did a bit less. So and I started again later, and after my corporate life, by the way, because I found time to take care of myself a bit better. But yeah, I think they played a critical role. Because at school, especially in France, we're not pushed that much. It's not that important, so we do. I don't want to. It may be different now, but it's like between 2 and 4 hours a week probably, which really is not a lot. And we have very long days at school. We start at 8, we finish at like 4 or 5. So it's not like here you have the free afternoon, so you can actually like put your kids to sport, etc. So yeah, I think it was a game changer. They were doing sport themselves, especially my dad. And yeah, we had to do sport. So obviously I have this, even if I'm not an amazing athlete, I have this culture of sport, and I'm as well very interested in sport. So I like to follow sports as well. And this definitely comes from my family.
And do you think that learning from a young age to play sports help you today?
Yeah.
Because I feel in sports you learn, of course, how to lose, to win, but gives you that feeling. It will take time. You're not going to start swimming tomorrow and you're going to be a good swimmer.
Yeah.
Do you think that mindset helps you to make this decision to be an entrepreneur? Because it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
You're not going to have a company making a lot of money.
No, it's a lot of effort and passion, and it's the same in sports, especially when you don't have you were not born with an amazing talent in any specific sport, you know. So, and by the way, I tried many other sports like judo, rugby. Big fail. So I tried a lot of things.
Now you're trying paddle?
Now I try, and I play pretty well.
Yeah. You have a good forehand.
Yeah, I have a good forehand. Yeah, as a kid, yes. But what helped me the most, it's a bit different, but so I had 2 pregnancies. And when I started again, I stopped completely sport when I was pregnant. And when I started again, I gained 20 kilos when I was pregnant, and I'm not big like... So it was a lot, and then I started again sport, and I lost all my cardio. I was back at like zero. And the path from pregnancy, after pregnancy stage to like the way, how I feel now and how fit I feel, etc. For me, this was the most difficult journey when it comes to sports, and it definitely helps me. So first of all, I understood, and it took me time, that it's vital for anyone working or not working, but like if you want to have your brain being properly connected, if you want to have less stress, etc., it's vital to do sport, any type of sport. But yeah, this journey of starting from scratch with like being very disappointed from what you deliver, having no cardio, no muscles anymore, and having to build up everything, took me so much time. And I think I built a lot of resilience around this. Yeah.
But do you think being with or married with Julian, him being a triathlete that trains super hard, that help you as well to be motivated?
100%.
Because you support him a lot.
Yeah.
We know that, and it's not easy.
No.
It's a lot of hours, early mornings, late nights, and you guys both with young kids. Someone had to give up a bit. Was you, maybe with your timing, going to the gym, doing sports? But do you feel that was important at that phase for you to support him? And now it's his turn. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's...
and he's giving up a bit.
It's a teamwork.
It is teamwork anyway. Even when you have no kids, it's a different conversation. It's about couple and marriage, and it's important to support each other. And I really think it has worked very well between us as well, because I admire him as well a lot in what he does on the sport side. Because when you do sport at that level, you need, and he has a job, and he takes care super well of the kids, so you need to have a very a good mental. He's very strong mentally, and he's really an example for me on this. He's very resilient. He's very he's very impressive when it comes to that. So it inspires me 100%. And what is great is obviously I supported him because I like sport and as I said, I admire him for this and it's a topic that interests me. So we shared a lot on this, and he does the same with me because he knows. And so I see now in my new professional challenge with all this AI social club and everything I launch, I have a lot of doubts. It takes time for me. I have ups and downs because it takes time. And he's super supportive. He's doing the same even if it's not sport. But I think it's mandatory.
And of course that has a big impact with the kids. When the boys, they see you guys active, him training, you playing paddle. Do you think that makes a difference at home when the kids see the parents being active, or instead of just sitting on the couch and giving them the...
I think we may talk about it on other examples, but as parents, I believe a lot in like you lead by example. So it's like if you don't read books, it's complicated to tell your kids to read books. If you don't do sports, you can't force them and tell them sport is good for your health. So it's a big thing at home, And it's funny because my little one is 2 and he doesn't talk well, but he says a lot of words. He says a couple of words, and all the verbs that are related to sports, he put them with Papa. So I'm like, oh my god. So if I say like Papa is not here, it's like Papa is running. Or like, oh no, he's at work. So you really, I don't, And they are actually very interested because they are very young. So we're still. I hope it's gonna stay for a bit, but they admire us for a couple of things and they want to do the same. So the one that goes at school already, he plays tennis, he plays football, he swims, and they love it. They are boys as well, so I'm pretty sure they need it even more. But I think we need to lead by example. And that was a question I asked myself as well, because it can't only be the dad. Like it's not a boy thing. And what happened to me these last couple of years of like being like really like a sort of workaholic in a super challenging job, and then listening a bit more to myself and being like, okay, I need to take care of myself. It means changing job, going back to sports, like being a bit more balanced. And they saw that because they were here, and it's really linked to their arrival in our life as well. So I hope it will inspire them in like at least taking care of their mental health, their physical health. But at the same time, we don't want to push them to performance, because you need to find a middle ground as well. I don't care if they don't compete. I just want them to know that they need they will feel better mentally and physically if they train. Any type of sport, I don't care.
I think that's important because we see here in ISD a lot of parents putting the pressure on the kids. If maybe there was the parents' dream to be a professional athlete, and they put all the energy on the kid to perform. And as you said, doesn't matter which sport, they have to be active. If they're gonna become the next Ronaldo, it's a consequence, right? How many can make it? So that's very interesting, but let's go back to AI. What's going on in the world? What's AI? I think a lot of people are asking. We hear every day. But what's really AI?
So AI, artificial intelligence, it's basically, if I simplify, it's like a set of technologies that are able to do things that usually, that a couple of years ago only human could do. So it can be basically like a deep analysis, very complex tasks, and more recently, it understands the spoken and the written language, human language. So this is the big novelty, if I may say, from a couple of years back. So AI is not really new. People know it because now we talk about generative AI. So basically this technology that is able to give you an outcome that doesn't really exist as is anywhere. So that's the very new thing. Before when I'm sure like even 10 years ago, you're talking to your bank on a chatbot. And if you basically the way the model has been trained is like, okay, if the client says A, you need to answer B. So if you don't say exactly A, it's like, I don't have the answer, And now it thinks by itself. So that is the novelty. And that is why, like 10 years ago, like when I was working in consulting, it was really like a tech topic. So only tech people were really interested into this. So even in a company, you were like, okay, that's the IT or the data team thing. But it's not like an everyday athlete thing. I don't care, it's not my job. And now it impacts everyone. So that's why people are talking about that. Is like people are scared for their jobs, they are scared for themselves, they are scared for their kids. it goes so fast. Every 2 weeks we have a news on AI. So yeah, that's what is happening now.
As you mentioned, a lot of people are scared.
Yeah.
How to find this balance with the kids?
Yeah.
Because you start in your own company related to AI.
Yeah.
So you need to be connected.
Yeah.
Let's say all day, basically.
Yeah.
You need to be in front of the screen.
Yeah.
But how you balance, because you don't want your kids
Yeah.
to follow you or
Yeah.
be on connect all the time. How you
Yeah,
you manage that?
It's a bit weird because I really love technology, and I'm really interested and even passionate about this. But like, there is no screen at home. I mean, obviously I work, but like, well, my older one is 4.5, so he's very young still. But like, he doesn't watch TV, and we are a bit strict on this.
Okay.
And because they will use it anyway. It's just like I'm pushing a bit the age. And I think, I don't know, like when I think the challenge for, not even for my parents, but for the generation just after us, was really this access to screens. Then it was the social media,
Yeah.
and now it's AI. But I was not ready for all of this for my kids, so I don't know how I'm going to approach it. AI is a bit scary because it's going to change the way people think, it's going to change the way we educate our children. So I have opinions on this, and I'm working on it. Actually, I talked to a lot of researchers.
Okay.
I interviewed people on this topic, etc., to understand a bit like how we need to change the way we talk to our children. We need to change the way we approach education as well. So that's a very interesting topic. But at home right now, they're still small, so they are very protected from this. Let's see how it goes, but I think I'm gonna have to be very agile.
Yeah, because I think there's no turning back. It's only gonna improve, get bigger. Like, it's in front of us every day, as you said.
Yeah.
It's changing super quick, for the good and the bad.
Yes.
Let's say,
Yeah,
until
exactly.
people learn how to use properly and take care. Now, when we relate AI to sports, do you think that can be the game changer for sports? We know it's already happening in a lot of sports, in a lot of like football or tennis with the technology, NBA. There are many fields, but I see it's growing super fast as well. Do you think that can change in the career for athletes, coaches, or clubs, and even the kids?
Yeah,
How
even
they
for
gonna...
fans, actually. I mean, yeah, a lot. So you're right. It's there already. It's not that new. It's there already. And I always make a parallel. Is like actually one of the industry that is a very much challenge, but in a good way, is healthcare. And it's quite similar to sport because it's the same type of data. And sport is quite a data-heavy industry, and you need data for this type of things. So it's definitely going to change a couple of things, but not for everyone. I mean, it can change for everyone. I don't know if it's a good thing that it changes for everyone. But if we take, for example, the elite athletes, so professional athletes, etc., for them, it's an amazing tool to prevent injury. It's an amazing tool to adapt and personalize their coaching. For example, based on like their level of fatigue, their fitness, for the workload, etc., etc. If you start integrating, and it's done already by a couple of football clubs, and as well, I know for individual sports, women, they're like to integrate all the cycle information into this to adapt the training and avoid injuries, etc. So for elite athletes, honestly, it's amazing. I think it's going to change a lot. It is changing already a lot the way they train. It may increase their longevity, their understanding and knowledge about the body, etc. So that's for their own data. And as well, we were talking previously, but like in paddle, tennis, football, basketball, etc., you have a lot of technologies that are filming the athletes, and as well, you know, like you have like a lot of data coming from the way you move, and you can improve based on this. So that's very interesting for elite athletes. There are other cases that are interesting. There is one that is around like identifying the talents.
Okay.
But there are a lot of cons as well on this one. I'll tell you why. For me, it's interesting because you can analyze like data on like a young athlete that you think is promising, and be like, okay, based on the data, it looks like this guy, and it's like you will look at KPIs or information that you can't really see with your human eye. So it gives you other KPIs, if I may say, and so that's amazing. But at the same time, it means we are only gonna put like the athletes, into like a data
Yeah.
frame. So I don't know if it's good, but still that's a good way for fans as well, because all this entertainment world is really changing. So you can have access to, like for example, in tennis, you have all the information on the court that are available in real time. You can have personalized highlights. You can have personalized access to information that interests you, etc. So it's amazing for fans as well. So yeah, there are multiple cases, and as well for athletes like me, like
social athletes.
Social athletes, exactly. Yeah, I signed up. Don't ask me why, to a Bourges to Bourges half marathon next year, and I was like, okay, now let's build the training plan, and I'm using AI, plus my husband, but I'm using AI. And I can give, it doesn't have really my data, but I can give my, I'm like, okay, I'm starting my training. We are in May. It's so hot. In June as well, there is no way I run outside. But I'm going to start, how can I adapt my training so I can run when I go back in France during summer, and I have this much time and I have this much availability. So these are it's very messy what I said, but a couple of things that are going to change the way you actually access sports.
Yeah, no, I think there are a lot of benefits, as you mentioned, to AI, especially the pro athletes.
Yes.
They're competing for seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes, or most of the time.
Yeah.
For them, for the coach to analyze how they can improve here and there is very important. But to find new talents can be a bit tricky, as you met. I think you should find a balance as everything. Okay, you can use AI, but you cannot avoid to have the personal coach there giving the clear eyes about the kid or the athlete.
Yeah.
Because can be, you can take the kid in a good day and play an amazing game, and AI is going to say, oh, this is the future Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But if the coach is not there to really see, I think can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, and as well, there is this, I don't think you can, as an athlete, I am not sure when you see your data, even on your watch, you see you have already access to, you use a lot of data when you train. And the coach will have the vision for you, it's a job. It's not gonna, so it will be like, if the coach has access to the data to coach you, I think right now, at least, I don't know what AI is going to become, but right now, at least, that's the right way to go. Because the risks, especially, it depends on in which hands you put this type of tool. If you take the young athletes, like teenagers, they all want to become professionals. They will all have, let's say, access to this type of tools. It's so much pressure. Like it may remove as well the joy that should be at the center of sport. So you need a lot of education on how to read this data, what to do with this outcome, etc. If you have this, if you have the right people teaching you how to use it, then it's good.
Yeah, because I think that goes in parallel with social media today. That people are interacting less. Yeah. They're behind the screens. Yeah. I heard the other day people don't know anymore how to go out and meet people. Yeah. Because they are just behind the screen. Do you think AI can be a danger because of that? If the athletes or the teenagers, they just believe or trust what they're going to see on the screen, their numbers?
Honestly, for individual sports, if you have no coach and you don't have people surrounding you and supporting you mentally, etc., you just use your AI, that's a risk. Yeah,
because that's an important point. Mentally, we see in a lot of sports a coach.
Of course, for mental...
it's important to have this interaction because sometimes you see the number, I did so bad this morning on my run. But the coach is there, said, no, my friend, step by step.
It's normal. You were there in your track.
And if people only really are on the screen, they're going to say, I don't improve, and mentally can be a disaster for them. Yeah. Like I always give the example, like Roger Federer, since we talk about tennis. At the end of his career, he didn't need a coach anymore. No. He knew what to do. Yeah, of course. How to hit a forehand, backhand to win a match. But he needs someone next to him to support. Of course. Or to talk about something else or not tennis. Yeah. So I think it's a very challenging how to balance because a lot of people will be stuck with the screen and just, I have AI coach, I follow my training, but they're going to be disappointed at the same time.
Of course, and it's not all about data because you can track so many things on your body, but can we track really your emotions? Can we track the fact that yesterday you got sad because your girlfriend broke up, so today you're going to have a good or a bad session, but like it impacted your body, you know what I mean? All of this today, we're not able to put it in a tool. It may come, this emotional reading, etc. It's coming, but right now it's not possible. But it's really part of it. It's part of your practice. So yeah, I see that using only AI, especially for people that are putting on themselves a lot of pressure, like a teenager who wants to become professional, etc., is a bit of is dangerous. But at the same time, I see good situations. For example, people that can't pay a coach right now, but they want to start somewhere. So that's a good way to start because you can access some trainings, and you may not need a coach right now, but at least you start doing sport as well. So there are a lot of situations.
Yeah, I think that's important. Sometimes people don't have the financial ability to pay for a coach. But I think somehow or someone needs to guide this. People say, okay, AI is a tool to help you. It's not gonna remove the person, the coach itself. So be careful. And we know it's difficult. We see now with social media, we here in ISD, we see a lot of parents talking about that. When they take the kids from school and they go home, it's very difficult to bring them here after to do tennis or football because they don't want to leave home. They want to be on the screen. And some parents say, no, it's easier when we take straight to the school, bring them here. We can drop them for half an hour, 1 hour, waiting for the session. At least they're not at home. So I think that's another challenge for you.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that's not really AI. That's screen time, that's no one has the answer really. But for me, honestly, like when we talk with my husband, since before we had kids, we were like, okay, sport will be mandatory for our kids just for this reason, because for me, you don't practice sports with a screen. So when I say you can use AI, so obviously when I think it's a great tool for coaches, it's good tools for athletes as well, but you need to be able to, you can check your performance and get your plan outside of the training, but training outdoor, training with no screen, I mean,
and interacting with other kids.
Exactly,
right?
And these days it's because you're going to have more and more screens at school as well, so it's going to be the only way to disconnect the brain of your kids from a screen. So that's a big topic.
You're going to have some challenge in front of you to train the parents or companies. And talking about the corporate world, you see a lot of changes already in many business industries. Some people using the correct way, and some people not on the best way. How do you see that happening?
It's a good question because my answer may be different in 6 months. But right now, we're a bit in a sort of like messy play stage, you know. Like everyone is like, okay, it's very exciting. So you have two types of population: people that are like, it's super exciting, I want to know more. How can it help? And the others that are like, there is no way, I'm scared, my job, etc., etc. Both of them needs to be trained because it's there. Like there is, last time I was doing a training and it was a mom actually who came as part of a workshop, and she was coming for her job, and she was like, I'm coming, but I'm against AI. But so I was like, okay, but it's a good effort to come already. And then she was like, I'm coming because I have teenagers and I'm lost and I want to know more. So there is this thing, AI is in your personal, professional life, so people are curious and everyone needs to be educated anyway. But if you see I don't see many companies that fired people with AI, because right now the solutions, they don't communicate very well between themselves. So most of the time you still need to manage some AI, and the AI will help you on tiny stuff. I'm talking about general jobs. Obviously, there are technologies that replace, if we look about like healthcare industry, logistics, there are amazing solutions with AI that are being put in place. But when we look at like individuals that have like marketing jobs, sales jobs, like classic jobs, if I may say, they are impacted. But I didn't see many people being fired yet. So, but it's more they're like, okay, how can I use it to be more productive? And it makes a huge difference. Obviously, they're amazing tools to make you more productive. But then you always have this, there are people that, I mean, it's like everything. It depends on in which hands you put them. So there are managers that are like, okay, I'm going to put AI and fire everyone. Okay.
It's not the solution.
And then you're going to manage like 10 AI yourself. It's going to go back and hire back people because it's going to be very painful. We cannot do 10 jobs at the same time. You can't like, I was talking to an entrepreneur, he has an e-commerce company, and he was telling me, I have someone managing my SEO, I have someone managing my design, I have someone managing like putting my products online, I have someone managing my accountability, etc. And he was like, I'm going to be able to put AI in all of this, so now I can fire everyone. And I was like, okay, try. And then do I mean, you're not an expert in SEO, you're not an expert in accounting, so right now I see we are at a stage where it's an amazing tool to be more productive. So maybe it will reduce your team, but we are not there. We are not there yet at the stage where you fire your teams,
Yeah.
and I hope we won't reach this stage. By the way, it's there have been revolutions like this before, and it doesn't mean the unemployment is exploding. Maybe I'm gonna change what I'm saying in a year, but I'm quite. I have a lot of hope on this topic. I think it's just a lot of new jobs are coming, a lot of jobs are evolving, some jobs are disappearing, but we are a bit in the messy area right now.
I think the AI can help to speed up the process,
Of
even
course.
with the coaching side.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago, to track the progress of an athlete would take
Yeah.
longer. With AI, you can see the improvement, make the adjustments
Yeah.
way quicker
Exactly.
than before.
Yeah.
So I think, and in the corporate world, the AI can give some freedom for these specific jobs to be more productive in other fields, to have other ideas
Yeah.
instead of staying stuck
Exactly.
behind the computer, typing a huge
Yeah.
email that can be
Yeah.
quicker, done, focus on something
Yeah.
else.
100%.
So I think that can be beneficial for sport
is.
for sure.
It is, and what I always say to people I train is like, don't come and say, I need to put AI, I need to implement AI because for the sake of AI, because AI is cool. Or
Yeah,
it looks
just to
cool.
say like
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't
following the
work.
trend that
exactly,
I have
but
AI.
it is actually it's not that easy to. It's not the right approach. And so what I tell them is it's a sort of coaching, but it's the same for sport, it's the same for everywhere. It's like, what is your pain point? Why don't you? What is it that you don't like in your job? You know, like all of this. If you can automate, let's automate. But then where is your real value as a human? This one, don't automate it. Like nurture it.
Yeah.
So as a coach. I mean, what is the value of the coach? I mean, when I see the way you guys, you choose your coaches, it's not because, I mean, obviously there is this training plan, but maybe they will all have the same type of training plan. It's the contact you have with them. It's the fact that he's present with you, that he trains with you, that he understands like your ups and downs mentally, etc. So this is what he needs to develop.
Yeah.
And then the rest will be automated fine. He needs to develop his value as a human. And this is what in any type of job, we need to develop our human value. And to ask ourselves the question, okay, where am I adding value? What do I like? You know, like what is really exciting me in my job?
Yeah.
Don't automate this, automate the rest. The
Yeah, no,
accountability.
you mentioned something interesting because we see a lot of people come to ISD and they want to have that 1 hour, 1 hour and a half of training to have that time with the coach.
Yeah, of course. They need this contact.
They need this contact, this relationship to talk because a lot of them, they have the stress full-time job, like running around meetings behind, and they don't have this time to speak with someone. So it's a way for them to do sport, to be active, but also to have this interaction. Sometimes we have clients, they talk for half an hour and they play for half an hour.
But it's we're not robots yet. I hope we will not become robots, but I mean, there was COVID already, which was a huge crisis when it comes to human contact, sport, and everything. And then all of this, and it goes so fast, and all the screens, social media, and now AI. So we're losing a bit the way we interact, and it's a bit dangerous. And on my side, for example, that's why for now I only do physical trainings because people need someone to sitting next to them, understanding the challenge, talking to them, and building like a personalized solution. If it's only through a screen, people are not really connected, they are not really focused, and they actually want to have especially in these topics that is so scary and it's technology, and you need actually to have a sort of reinsurance of human. And it's going to be the same because us human, we are quite slow to change, which is good. So we are not going to replace everything with robots.
And I think it's important because you are like 100% focused on this. That's your profession now. So people can approach to you because you know the changes on a daily basis. What's happening, how can you advise? And it's important that you said that I want to do the training, physical training, because only behind the screen is not the same.
But no, we don't have the same connection.
Well,
like it's,
the body language changes. Behind the screen, you don't really know if the person is paying attention. How many times you have done a Zoom call
and
and
you switch
someone
off the camera and you, of course.
So probably someone is just there talking, and so I believe on that. It's the same. The other day someone asked, why don't you have a ball machine? You know, like instead of coaches. I said, it's a good idea, for sure, we can have, but I feel it's not the same. People want to have the coach.
Of course.
How are you going to give the feedback if you're not there?
And as well, like, I mean, because I trained I trained here with your coaches, and what I liked in the session is like you actually laugh. And that was a good moment, even if you play bad, you know, it was a good moment. Imagine you train with a ball machine and you have a very bad play, you didn't even have fun.
You want to break the machine?
You're not going to come back and you break the machine. So yeah, I still believe human should be at the center of these innovations, whether it's in sport or in everything. It's about human actually at the end, because we're all impacted and because everyone is like, okay, now where is my value, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's very important. So it's a topic that I think we can talk
for hours.
in 3 months time again and 6 months because it's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
So to finalize, just first thank you for sharing with us. I'm looking forward to hear from you in maybe in 1 week time or a month. What are the changes? It's special for sports. So let us know if you see any news coming, any new app, any new technology that can help us. We're always looking to innovate, and of course, to don't forget about the real coaches. To finalize, I'm gonna throw you 5 words. Okay, and you can answer back with 1 word or 1 phrase or what that means for you. Okay. AI.
Human.
Sports.
Paddle for me now.
Okay. Family.
Everything. It's everything.
And Dubai.
It's my home.
Future.
Wow, big question mark. Yeah, big question mark. Exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
And triathlon.
Not for me.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna join the club.
Okay, but you signed for the half marathon, so
just
the first step.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see me swimming in the sea and all of this. It's too and cycling like
Not yet.
Already running. It's already good.
Margot, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Exciting times for your career.
Yeah.
It was a big change, big challenge.
Yeah.
But we see a bright future for you with AI, sports, and all the technology.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
you.
you.
It was amazing.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of Beyond the Game. I hope you like. It's an exciting topic about AI, sports, and technology. If you like it, press the button here, give the thumbs up, share with family and friends, and be ready for the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.